Hello, and welcome to the BlunTruth knife reviews. Like there isn't already enough people reviewing knives. Now there's one more, because I want to get in on the fun. And that's pretty much the only reason I'm doing this, is gives me an excuse to play with my knives. And also I have 70 or 80 good quality knives like this Camelus Heat that people might be interested in, and I have some basic knowledge of what makes a good knife, and I've used knives a lot, so I figure I can share some of my opinion about these knives and help you to make your online purchases, because when you're buying online, as I do and we all do, you don't get to hold the knife. So you watch these YouTube videos of people holding them, and hopefully when you get it in your hand, it's what you expected. So here's some more YouTube videos of a guy holding a knife. Okay. Now one thing I'm going to do a little different is I'm going to spend 4 or 5 minutes doing sort of a tabletop review, telling you about the features of the knife, the steel quality, what it's made out of, and you know, the lock system, and blah 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 blah. And then I'm going to spend a few minutes actually using the knife the way you would use it in the real world. Now in the real world, are you going to use your knife to punch holes in car hoods, or are you going to use it to hammer on the spine, hammer it through a 2x4? Are you going to use it to chop full water bottles in half? No, probably not. Probably none of the above. You're not going to... Those are good tests to see how tough a knife is, how sharp it is at the moment. I mean, here's another test you see all the time. Okay, see this? 1,000 times. Paper cut, paper cut. Alright? That doesn't prove anything. It does not demonstrate anything about the quality of a blade except the fact that at the moment it's sharp. I can sharpen a butter knife to cut paper. It doesn't mean anything except that it's sharp. As soon as you use your knife, it ain't going to do that until you sharpen it. What matters is how long will it stay that sharp. You know, and that's a tough thing to prove on a video, because a good knife isn't going to dull in a 10-minute video. Yeah, I've tried that. I was originally going to do that, is see how long a steel would last, but when I used S30Vs and things trying to cut cardboard and wood and get it to dull, it isn't even close to dulling in 10 minutes, so that doesn't work. So I'm going to do a combination, a little tabletop, a little cutting, and while I'm cutting cardboard and wood, which is two things that you will probably cut in real life. We all cut cardboard one time or another, and wood, you're gonna, you know, you can cut sticks, sharpen some sticks for the kiddies to do marshmallows, or play around making figure 4 traps, or rigging up something in your yard, or you know, pruning trees or de-limbing branches or whatever. You cut wood, cardboard. Those are logical things to use your knife for. So that's what I'm going to cut. That's what I'm going to demonstrate each knife cutting. And while I'm doing it, I'll comment on how it feels in the hand while cutting, how it, you know, how it goes through, how much pressure I have to put to cut through the cardboard or shave the wood or whatever the motion is I'm doing, how well it works and performs in its cutting chore. And I'll comment my opinion on that as I do it while you watch. And I'll try to be as subjective as I can. I mean, there's net goods and bad, positives and negatives about all knives. No knife does everything. I mean, you can't buy a Ferrari and go four-wheeling, and you can't take your Hummer around a racetrack. I mean, there's no such thing as a perfect knife. They all have compromises. It depends on what you want it for. So, enough said. Let's get on with this review, and there'll be many more coming. Some of the knives I want to review that haven't been reviewed before are the Kala S30V by Buck, the Alpha by Buck at 154 cm, SOG Vision ATS 34 steel, excellent steel. Combination edge, unfortunately, that's all they offer it in. Now, there's a Kershaw Amphibian, little boot knife type thing. They advertise it as a diving knife, but hasn't been reviewed much. So I'm not going to try to, well, I am going to try to do knives that don't get a lot of attention. Knives that I have that Cutlery Lover and Nothing Fancy and the other guys haven't really done yet. Now, if Cutlery Lover or Nothing Fancy have done a knife and I have a totally different take on it, or I have something that I think is worth mentioning, maybe I'll do a little video and put in my 2 cents, you know. But they do an excellent job. We all know that. So I don't want to, you know, there's no messing with perfection. So I'll just try to get the scraps that they leave behind that they don't clean up. I'm going to try to get the things that they don't get. Okay? Thank you. Peace.